What do you think is harder? Teaching an AI to write code or teaching 5 AI agents to work together without destroying each other? I spent 3 months helping teams deploy multi-agent systems, and I kept seeing the same pattern. The agents were brilliant individually. Together, complete disaster. And the fix wasn't what anyone expected. The disaster I mentioned, it started innocently enough, with someone who thought they were being smart. Meet Sarah. Sarah had what seemed like a brilliant idea on a Friday afternoon. She had built 3 separate workflows. One agent extracts data from emails, another summarizes documents, and third writes responses. Each one worked perfectly in isolation. The whole setup took maybe 2 hours. She deployed everything Monday morning. Simple, clean, everything she needed. By Tuesday afternoon, something strange was happening. All 3 agents were processing the same customer email. Not one at a time, simultaneously. The extraction agent grabbed the data, the summarizer grabbed the data, and the response writer also grabbed the data. Each call cost money. Each agent was confident it was doing the right thing. And here's what Sarah didn't realize. When 3 agents process the same email independently, they don't just waste API calls, they compete. The extraction agent locks the email while it works. The summarizer times out waiting. The response writer gives up and moves to the next email, which is already locked by the extraction agent starting over. 2,400 emails, 3 agents each, 44 cents every time they tripped over each other. By Wednesday, Sarah's brilliant 2-hour project had cost more than her monthly coffee budget. And here's the thing, every single agent was working perfectly. The agents were not broken, the orchestration was. Most people would stop here, add some basic checks, and call it fixed. The team I met the following week thought they'd been way smarter than Sarah from the start. They'd built what they called a traffic cop system. It seemed so obvious, so logical. This team had learned from everyone else's mistakes. They built a proper queue system. Each agent pulls one job at a time, processes it, marks it complete, and moves on. No duplicates, no conflicts, sequential processing that made perfect sense on the whiteboard. The first day, flawless. Processed 200 articles, published 180. Everyone celebrated. Day 2 exposed the real problem. The analyzer agent started flagging articles as positive sentiment, but by the time the job reached the writer 3 positions later, the context was gone. The writer treated it as neutral. The editor fixed the neutral tone to match company guidelines, which contradicted the original sentiment. The publisher sent out articles that made no sense. Each agent was working correctly, the system was producing garbage. Readers noticed immediately. One article praised a product in paragraph 2 and criticized it in paragraph 5. Another promised a tutorial that never appeared. The complaints were not about content quality, they were about coherence. It was like reading something written by 5 people who'd never met. Because that's exactly what it was. They'd solved the duplication problem perfectly. They'd created an isolation problem instead. each agent in its own bubble, passing work forward like a relay race where nobody can see the pattern. Well, preventing agents from stepping on each other isn't orchestration, it's just separation. But here's where I saw something that actually worked. And it only happened because one production system nearly collapsed first. The company had everything the previous teams had tried, and for 3 weeks it was working fine. This platform handled serious volume. 50,000 orders every day, each one touching multiple AI agents. The architecture looked solid, a primary agent that delegated to specialists. Fraud detection ran in parallel with order validation. Support agents handled customer questions while inventory agents updated stock levels. For 3 weeks, it was beautiful. Then, Black Friday hit. Volume tripled in 2 hours. The fraud detection agent started taking 15 seconds per order instead of 3. It was calling an external API that rate limited them. Orders piled up. The primary agent kept assigning new work, but the fraud agent couldn't keep up. Customer support agents started answering questions about order status, but they couldn't see the orders stuck in fraud review. And the whole system stopped. The fix wasn't adding more agents or bigger servers. They rebuilt the orchestration. The fraud agents became a sub-workflow, a self-contained module that the primary agent could spin up in parallel. When the fraud check hit an edge case, it didn't freeze, it flagged for human review and moved on. Other agents got real-time context updates through shared state. The primary agent wasn't just delegating anymore, it was conducting. Same agents, same APIs, same volume. But this time, when one agent struggled, the system adapted. When human judgment was needed, the workflow paused instead of breaking. When an agent finished its work, the next agent received full context, not just a job ID. The agents didn't get smarter, the system did. And here's what I learned watching these teams. The chaos in episode 1 wasn't about bad agents, it was missing orchestration. The coherence problems in episode 2 were not about queues, they were about context. And the production crisis in episode 3 that revealed what orchestration actually means. It's not about preventing agents from colliding. It's not about making them run in sequence. It's about building a conductor that knows when to run things in parallel, when to hand off context, when to pause for human judgment, and when to let specialists work independently inside modular sub-workflows. The agents were never the problem. They were just waiting for someone to conduct the orchestra. If you build multi-agent systems, drop a comment about what broke first. See you in the next video.